A busy one today, and the biggest storyline is the huge name attached to Sporting Kansas City, with Saudi Arabia still in the mix too. There's also movement building around Alejandro Garnacho and Karim Adeyemi, while Inter Milan are pushing again for Curtis Jones. And if that wasn't enough, Manchester United, Liverpool, Arsenal and Newcastle all crop up across a packed market watch. Let's start with the done deals. This one sounds far more advanced. Bournemouth have agreed to send Alex Jimenez to Fiorentina on a season-long loan. The Athletic say the deal also includes an option to buy, which makes it a properly structured move rather than just loose interest. Fiorentina are the club landing him, and Bournemouth are the club letting him go. On the information we have, this is at the completed or nearly completed stage. Manchester City have reportedly beaten Arsenal to Jeremy Monga, with The Guardian saying the deal is for £12.5 million from Leicester City. That puts City ahead in the race and leaves Arsenal as the beaten challengers in this particular story. The report also notes that Enzo Maresca knows Monga from his time at Leicester, which may have helped City's push. On the wording here, this reads like a completed transfer story rather than an open chase. Marca say Barcelona have finalised an agreement with Borussia Dortmund for Karim Adeyemi. That's about as strong as these stories get short of official announcement language, and it points to a deal that has already been settled between the two clubs. Barcelona are the destination, Borussia Dortmund the club on the other side of the agreement. Based on the wording, this is firmly in the done category. Now, the hot rumours. Inter Milan are pushing again for Curtis Jones, and Team Talk say they're readying a third bid. Their previous offer, around £21 million, was turned down quickly by Liverpool, and the next one is thought to rise to £25 million. Liverpool, though, want at least £30 million, so there's still a clear gap between the clubs. Inter are the ones pressing, Liverpool are holding firm, and this one is moving but not yet close to the finish line. Everton are being linked with a permanent move for Jack Grealish, but Football Insider say it would only happen if Manchester City agree to a fee of no more than £10 million. That's a very specific valuation, and it underlines that Everton are at least in the picture. Manchester City are the club who'd have to sanction it, and the whole story is framed around that low price point. This is not done, but it is more than just casual noise because a figure is already being floated. Alejandro Garnacho is at the centre of a very live situation, with Fitches saying he has not returned for pre-season training in order to push through a permanent exit from Chelsea. The Blues are said to value him at £42.5 million, while Roma are already in advanced talks over a move from Chelsea. There's a wrinkle too, Roma would prefer a loan, so the structure is still being worked through. With Chelsea and Roma both clearly in the frame, this one is moving quickly but still needs a solution on the format. Tottenham Hotspur are said to be increasingly confident of landing junior KROUPI from Bournemouth. Team Talk had that a move to Paris Saint-Germain is looking unlikely because of the competition for places there, which is why Tottenham's confidence is growing. So Spurs are pushing, Bournemouth are the selling club, and PSG remain the rival link but with obstacles. It's not completed, but it sounds much stronger than a loose rumour. Chelsea have opened talks with the representatives of Jonathan Rowe, according to Illinois Resto del Carlino. The Bologna player is now being looked at by Chelsea, with Alejandro Garnacho set to leave, which seems to be part of the wider planning here. There's no fee mentioned yet, but the fact that talks have begun makes this a more serious watch than a casual link. Chelsea are clearly active, and Rowe is now very much on their radar. And finally, the one still on the radar. The headline here is an ambitious one from MLS side Sporting Kansas City, who are being linked with a free transfer move for Mohamed Salah after his Liverpool exit. At the same time, The Sun says talks over Saudi Arabia are still going on, but the financial side is proving difficult. So you've got Sporting Kansas City in the frame, Saudi Arabia still alive, and the fee side being described as free transfer. For now, this feels like a big-name link rather than something close to completion, but it's certainly one to watch. Manchester United have now turned their attention to Mancini after Ederson's move from Atalanta fell apart because of medical issues. Gazzetta dello Sport, via Sport Witness, also say Arsenal and Newcastle have shown interest, so there are 3 Premier League clubs in the conversation. At this stage it's interest and repositioning rather than a bid or agreement. United look like the latest club to enter the race, with Arsenal and Newcastle also watching closely. Everton are being linked with Jacob Murphy, with TalkSport saying they want the Newcastle United man. The report also notes he has 1 year left on his contract at St James's Park, which explains why this is being watched closely. Everton are the club showing interest, Newcastle are the club potentially losing him. Right now this looks like an early-stage link rather than anything advanced. João Gomes is another name drawing attention, with Manchester United and Liverpool both said to have made contact. Globo and Globo Esport report that the Wolves midfielder became available in this conversation after a proposed move to Atletico Madrid collapsed. So the clubs in play are Wolves, Manchester United, Liverpool and Atletico Madrid, with the Spanish move no longer on. This sits in the early interest bracket, but with 2 major Premier League clubs already involved. If you want the full transfer picture every day, make sure you're subscribed to The Signing Room. We'll be back tomorrow with the next round of moves, bids, and breakthroughs.